She's not confused. She knows exactly what she's doing. It just benefits her when you believe she's unsure, because if you think she's torn, you'll wait. If you think she's struggling with her feelings, you'll give her space. If you think she's afraid of getting hurt, you'll try even harder to prove you're safe. And while you're waiting, proving, reassuring, and overthinking, she's living her life, keeping her options open, and making sure you stay emotionally hooked. This is not confusion, this is control. What looks like mixed signals is often just a strategy to keep power. What sounds like uncertainty is usually just manipulation in disguise. When someone is truly unsure, they step back, reflect, and communicate with honesty. But when someone plays the game, they never really step away. They just step slightly out of reach, just enough to keep your anxiety active, just enough to make you chase. And that's where most men get trapped. In that space between clarity and chaos, between hope and fear, between what she says and what she does. Because she's not telling you she loves you. She's not saying she wants a future. She's not promising anything. But she's also not letting you go. She's not confused. She's playing. This is the psychology of power in relationships. And unfortunately, it's not uncommon. Some women, just like some men, learn early on that attention is a form of currency, that emotional control is more valuable than commitment, that keeping someone wanting is often easier than actually loving them. So they develop the tactics: hot and cold behavior, sudden distance, unexplained silence, then a sweet message out of nowhere, a picture posted just for you to see, a casual story that reminds you of the chemistry you once had. This isn't randomness, it's reinforcement. She pulls away just enough for you to panic, and then gives you a taste to soothe the panic. She creates instability, then gives you a small dose of stability to keep you hooked. It's the same technique used in psychological conditioning, intermittent reinforcement. It's not about being consistently kind or cruel, it's about being unpredictably available. And the human brain becomes addicted to unpredictability far more than stability. So when she texts you late at night, or sends that voice note, or likes your post after days of ignoring you, it feels like hope, but it's not. It's maintenance. She's not checking in on you. She's checking in on her control. And this is where emotional discipline becomes vital. Because the moment you start confusing breadcrumbs with love, you lose sight of your worth. You start thinking that maybe you did something wrong, that maybe if you waited longer, she'd come around, that maybe if you fixed yourself, she'd finally choose you. But you can't fix someone's game by being more honest. You can't solve manipulation with more sincerity. And you can't win someone's heart by sacrificing your dignity. Detachment isn't about revenge. It's not about ignoring her to punish her. It's about stepping out of the cycle completely. Because once you see that she's not confused, that she's actually just very calculated in how she keeps you chasing, you realize the most powerful move isn't to argue, it's not to beg, it's not even to explain, it's to walk away without needing closure, because closure is a trap too. It's another way to keep you in her orbit. She'll say, I just need time. She'll say, it's not you, it's me. She'll say, I'm just figuring things out. But somehow she keeps finding time for everyone else. Somehow she's perfectly clear with the guy she's really into. Somehow her confusion disappears the moment a better option arrives. She's not confused, she's just not choosing you. But instead of saying that, she keeps you close enough to be useful, but far enough to remain non-committal, because it's convenient, because it feeds her ego, because you make her feel wanted without her having to invest. And until you recognize this pattern, you'll keep interpreting manipulation as mystery. You'll keep confusing emotional distance with emotional struggle. And you'll keep investing in a story that doesn't end well for you. The truth is, most of the time, people are not confused. They're just afraid to lose access to your energy while they look for something better. It's not confusion, it's consumption. She's consuming your attention, your time, your emotional availability without ever committing. And the longer you play along, the more power she gains. Because the real hook isn't her beauty, her words, or even the past you shared. It's the unresolved tension, the psychological suspense, the question of, does she actually care? And that question will haunt you until you answer it with action, because asking her won't give you the truth. She'll say just enough to keep the story alive, but watching her actions, watching how she shows up, how she prioritizes, how she disappears when you need her, but reappears when she needs validation, that tells you everything. If she's consistent, clear, and emotionally present, she's real. If she's vague, erratic, and only shows up when you pull away, she's playing. It's not complicated, it just hurts to admit. But pain is a teacher, and the lesson is simple. Stop letting someone's inconsistency control your self-worth. The right person doesn't keep you guessing. The right person makes you feel safe, seen, and certain, and you deserve that. Not because you begged, not because you proved yourself, but because you had the strength to walk away from what wasn't real. She's not confused. She just never planned to love you, only to keep you loving her, until you stopped, until you saw through the illusion, until you realized your peace is more valuable than her presence. That's when the game ends. That's when healing begins. And that's when you become untouchable, because a man who walks away from manipulation without needing revenge is a man no one can play ever again. And if this hit deeper than you expected, it's because the truth always does. It doesn't scream, it whispers, it doesn't chase you, it waits. There's no need to explain to her why you've gone silent, no need to prove anything. She'll notice your absence more than she ever valued your presence. But by then, it won't matter, because you'll be in a different place emotionally, a place where peace is louder than chaos, where respect is more important than attention, and where love, real love, is mutual, not a performance. You don't need to get even, you just need to get clear. And if you're ready to go even deeper, if you're tired of chasing what isn't real and want to finally take your power back, there's an ebook linked in the description called How to Stop Chasing Love and Make Them Chase You. It's not a magic trick, it's a mirror, and the man who dares to look into it won't need to play games ever again, because what you want isn't complicated, it's just rare. A woman who's real, who's clear, who doesn't need to be chased because she meets you halfway, but she only appears once you stop entertaining confusion, once you stop feeding illusions, once you stop investing in anything less than mutual respect. She appears the moment you stop betraying yourself to feel needed. She appears when your silence becomes more powerful than your effort. She appears when you know who you are, what you deserve, and refuse to settle for anything built on inconsistency. Don't look back. Don't second guess. Don't reopen the door you finally had the strength to close. If she wanted to be with you, she would be. If she respected you, you wouldn't be confused. If she truly loved you, you wouldn't have to ask. The more you heal, the clearer it becomes. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Walking away is not loss, it's liberation. And choosing yourself is not selfish, it's survival. Now let her wonder, let her watch, let her feel the emptiness she created in you echo back to her in your absence, because the strongest message you'll ever send is no longer needing to speak.